Hi there, dear friends. It's near end of the Essen for today. And for once, we're sitting not in a booth, but outside in the cafeteria because we're not talking to a designer or a publisher. It's going to be completely different and unique. So, this is Matthias Hoschek.
Hello.
Also known as the Duke of Dice.
Right.
So, before we go to the exciting part, can you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
Of myself?
Yes,
All
yourself.
Right. Well, I'm a dice collector for years. It starts about 20 years ago with dice cups. I only collect cups, leather dice cups. And then I see that the die, what was rubbish in the past, is a very interesting object. Mm-hmm. And then I start also collecting dice. That's why I'm collecting nowadays too.
But how it all happened? How did it all start? The fascination with the dice.
Well,
or Dice Cup then it was first.
Yeah, the Dice Cup was the history of the Dice Cup, because why it was evolved in the past.
I don't know anything about that. You can tell the story.
Yeah, and that's what was fascinating for me. So, in the beginning, it was where Dice Cups was advertising on. So I want to have different types of cups, and then I realized that the dice is one of the oldest things in human being for playing.
Okay.
So.
But what is the story about Dice Cup? You told that this is something that got you fascinated. I don't know, what is the story about?
We played a lot in our family, so it was very nice to have various cups and play.
Okay, so it's just purely.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I thought maybe history
no,
or interesting.
Not in that case, not at that time. Later on, it comes to my focus that there is more than that. Mm-hmm. But in the beginning, it was always because of advertising on Dice Cups.
Okay, gotcha. I've checked your Facebook page and your Twitter, mostly Facebook page. There are lots of pictures of dice and Dice Cups.
Yes.
Do you actually own the all of these physical dice and pieces?
Yes. I own them.
How big is your collection?
Well, about 1,000 cups, but only 800 different.
Okay.
There's no place for a museum or something like that in my flat, so
right.
This is the reason why I use Facebook.
Yeah.
And I name it Dice Cup Musem, so I can show the others what I have. Mm-hmm. But well, I do not need so much space. That's the reason.
But how long did you collect? For how long have you been collecting the dice and dice cups? Your collection of 1,000 or let's say 800 different dice cups. How long did you get them? How long did it take time to get them?
About 20 years.
20 years.
Yes.
So you're like really long to that.
Yes.
How do you find the dice? So here are some really old ones. How do you find dice, and how do you find especially information about them?
Well, I read some books, and I was always interested in history, and I started studying history, and the dice was a fascinating piece, so that's the reason why I'm into it. And I try to get from every age, I'd like to get one piece.
But how do you find the pieces? Do you just search eBay or how do you find them?
Yes, I go to the flea markets and I go to eBay and other auction houses in Great Britain, for instance, and they sell a lot of them, so I bought them over the years.
But doesn't it take immense amount of time to find a die, because you have to go to a random garage sale and just search for in there, in that sense, just a random piece of thing?
Yeah, it's sometimes very lucky to find a piece that I don't own now. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for some specialties, until nowadays, but it's really hard to find the one or the other. It's a bit luck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell me about these dice or some?
Yeah, this one is a serpentine die. It's from Saxonia. They were produced in a range of about 1880 to 1900. That's what I heard about. This is a hardly used one. Normally they look some more nice and much better, but this one obviously someone played with.
Yeah, and like by you mean the corners?
Yes, for instance, it cracked a bit, and so I imagine that someone played very hard with it. So it's a putt and take game. So you see, it's German, yeah. Zum Beispiel, this is setzt zu, so you have to put something in, and you can also take something out.
Okay.
It depends what you were playing for. Maybe money, or maybe whatever.
Oh.
So this one is also very old. It's, I guess, from someone who is, well, maybe a rich person, because it was made for him, and it's also a putt and take.
How old is that?
I don't know exactly.
Approximately.
Approximately, it's from about 1700 to 1750.
It really looks, the style and the carving and the cups really look slightly medievalish.
Absolutely, yeah, very mysterious. And it's a singing die. That means there's a little piece of metal inside, and this is a chime or singing die.
That looks amazing. They could do these much more, I think.
So you see, here's a damage. Someone wants to open it one day, unfortunately, so it's not perfect. Because I think someone wants to know what's inside.
Right.
But it's not, well, it's a silver, a bit silver, and what is it andere? I don't know the material exactly, but it's not pure silver.
Right.
And yeah, someone wants to open it, and it must be made by someone who had a lot of money. So very mysterious, and I found it in Great Britain in an auction platform.
Okay.
And that one I also bought in the UK. It's also a putt and take. Very early. It's the only known brass Long Lawrence. This is the name of that one.
Yeah.
Most of the time they were made of wood, so they didn't exist anymore.
Right.
This is the only existing one from the material brass. I don't know if there is another one on this planet. I don't know. Very proud of owning that one.
I bet. Tell me, how expensive is your hobby?
Well, it could be expensive if you want to grab every unique single you find. So in my income range, it's over the years some thousands of euros, but not so many as you may expect, because you can make a bargain sometimes.
Right.
Like this one, I think not 100 euros.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was after I know something about it, it was a bargain.
Okay. Okay. Amazing. So, I bet that if you look for the dice, you definitely have interesting or maybe funny stories about how you got one or another die. Can you share any maybe funny story about maybe bargain or how did you find, or maybe some lucky coincidence?
Funny, the most of the funny stories is naturally when I go to the flea market and didn't expect to find a rare piece, and then I open up a box of wood or some of like metal, and it's something in it I'm very impressed of, and I'm very astonished because I didn't expect it.
Right.
So that's really heart beating. So I'm very happy if I find some rare pieces, and this happens once in a while. So one or two times a year.
Oh, so I thought it was like once or twice in last 20 years.
No, it's one or two times a year I can find something which is really rare.
Right. I mean, did you ever think to make this exhibition like real? I mean, not online, but for real.
Yeah, I think about, because a friend of mine, he's also here in the hall, make exhibitions in Saxonia. Also this year, it starts in November. Maybe we can talk about someday that I give him some objects for an exhibition. Maybe later on, if I'm old, now I'm 50 years old, it's not so much time for me. So I can spend it to a museum, I don't know exactly.
But for example, Essen always has like a historical, those like it's not a full exhibition, but some like this, like showing old games. Did you ever propose them to show some of your dice?
Not yet. They asked me once or twice, and I hesitate because of insurances and because of other things. But I can imagine that we can do that in the future.
But do you like, if you're concerned about the security here and the insurance, how do you store them? Do you store them at home, the dice, or
part of the collection is at home, exactly. But you know, it's an individual value.
Okay.
You cannot name some a die is very value because for me it's a high value. For someone else, nothing.
Okay. So yeah, like if robbers would come in, they wouldn't like think, whatever.
You can't do so much things with it. You can sell it, but everybody knows that it's from my collection, so he will catch. He will be catched very, very fast.
Right, because you have all. Do you have all the collection of Facebook?
Yes.
Cool. That's kind of your insurance, right?
Yes,
in a
absolutely.
sense. Cool. All right, but there is Dice Maniacs Club as well.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that?
Absolutely. The Dice Maniacs Club is a community, and we want to share and we want to collect many people who are enthusiasts to dice. So it would be very nice if they go to our Facebook page and join us. It's a closed group. Everything is safe, so you can post everything. Nobody else will see it. You can share your hobby. You can share your collection with pigs, for instance. And we will be very happy, growing fast. Now we are almost 2,000 people worldwide.
That's a lot.
Yes, and I guess much more outside there.
And there are some people from
Some of the
Dice
maniacs here
Club.
from the Netherlands, Martin, Christopher.
I really like your necklace. If you find it, I'll zoom a bit. So like amazing. So it's like old fascination about dice, everything with the dice, or just like collecting dice. Like how does it like restriction, or what is the idea of that?
Yes, also the basic is the fascination of the game of the devil. Playing dice was almost forbidden in many decades and in many time spaces. So that's the fascinating part. You see, when they roll the dice in Rome, like these ones, these are Roman dice, very old, maybe 200 BC. You can expect that someone rolled the dice for doing bad things. I don't know.
I bet your favorite board games are dice games.
Absolutely. We're also playing card games, but we love to play dice games.
Like the main
Yes.
focus. Thank you very much. That was amazing and really educating.
Well, thank you very much too. And I have a little present for you. This is the World Dice Day single for 2016. You know, on 4th of December, the World Dice Day was celebrated by the Dice Maniacs and the rest of the world.
So you made actually the dice for that?
Yes, and it's only 100 pieces existing worldwide, 100 pieces, and you get one of it.
Oh, amazing, thank you.
And the other thing is the first year we have the Dice Maniacs die, the DMC die, with the 2016 on the die, made by Q Workshop, and this one is made by Custom Dice.
Right. So all these small letters are made of a tiny tiny dice.
Absolutely.
With pictures. Thank you very much. Really
I have to
appreciate
thank you.
that.
Thank you.
Bye bye.